Welcome back to Beginner Sewing with Mary. So good to be back and to say hello to all of you. I wanted to just give you a quick update on everything that's been going on with me. I haven't been doing a lot of videos. Some of you who know me personally know that I'm recovering from COVID. And one of the things that COVID did with me was to take my voice away. Well, I really need my voice to do my videos, and luckily with air therapy and a lot of prayers, my voice is finally coming back to normal, and I feel ready to start doing some more videos for you. One thing I wanted to show you guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but I do like to wear this scarf. This is one of my favorite scarves, and it's got a beautiful little hem on the end, on one end, and on the other end, it got caught on something and got frayed. So what I did was I went ahead and I trimmed it off. As you can see, I trimmed it off. So now what I want to do is I want to show you how to properly sew a hem on the edge of a scarf like this. I know that it can be intimidating, but it is actually a lot easier than it looks. Now, some people can skip this because they have a serger, and a serger leaves a really nice edge without having to go through all this work. You just feed the edge into the machine, and it does it for you. I will get a serger at some point, but not right now. I spent most of my life sewing without a serger. Didn't need one until I made my wedding dress. And then we couldn't figure out how to use it, so my mother and I hired a seamstress to help us with the serge the ruffles on the dress. So there we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be to go all the way along. Like that. You can see, if you see how much work this is, you can see why the melting option might be a little easier for some people, but the proper way is to just go ahead and do a pin. Plus, if you're working on something like a wedding gown, you do not want to take a candle to it. Strongly discourage that. But this is an inexpensive scarf. I love the scarf, but if it started on fire, I wouldn't cry over it. So that's why, like I said, you really need to. It's better to sew. It is better to sew a proper hem on something like this. You see, we get right to the edge there. Now, what I generally do, I have trouble at the end here because when I cut it at an angle. So, like I said, you'll more than likely have to go back and re-roll parts of your hem. That is normal. So don't let it worry you that you've done something wrong. I used to beat myself up all the time because my hems took so long, and then I realized that's just the way it is. And so you go back and forth. You go back and forth until you get it right. Now, you might be asking why I don't use an iron. this is really, really frail, delicate fabric. It's scarf fabric, and scarf fabric can burn very easily with an iron, and it's better to use a steamer on something like this. That is one of your options. There you go. We got our hem. We have our hem, and I'm just going to continue to putz with it. So that it looks somewhat decent. Now, if this was a $200 scarf, which I have seen those for sale online, I've never owned one myself, then of course you would never ever put a candle to that. There we go. And I always wonder when they do those fashion shows, like the big fashion shows, if they would ever do a burning of fabric. I would suspect not, because those fabrics are worth hundreds and thousands of dollars. You know, the ones that have like gold threads and stuff like that in them. Not gonna put a candle to something like that. Definitely not. See, this edge gives me a little bit of trouble. But this is really helpful for me, because after I make this video, I am going to be going and doing a alteration on some pants for a neighbor, one of my customers, who's a wonderful lady who invests a lot in her wardrobe and really needed a good seamstress. So I have been altering her clothes for her. So here we go. All right, I'm going to show you what we do next. Our machine is on. I may have to turn the camera like this so you can see. There we go. And I am, because this fabric is not cooperating, I am going to have to put some extra pins in here to just get it started. That noise in the background is our cat, our kitten. She has acquired one of the chairs in our house as her own. You can see that. There she is. Kitty, kitty! She has acquired that chair. That is her chair now. And it kills me to see what she does to it, but I do have it covered with a blanket, and I am gonna make some type of cover for it, because she is something else. That is her chair. Luckily, she doesn't do anything but crawl on it, so we've been very lucky in that respect. This edge does not want to cooperate, so see if we can get it any better. May have to go roll over again. See how that's that. So you just have to keep redoing it until you get it right. And this is why a lot of people have sergers, so they don't have to putz with it like this. I switched sides so it'd be a lot easier for you to see. So I'm going to start off real carefully here. And I'm going to do just a 3 hem. Once you have the needle down, you can just put this down and then you can pull your pin out. So you want to make sure when you're pinning, you want to make sure you're pinning in the direction where you can pull your threads out. Sorry for the noise in the background. That's the cat and the dog chasing each other. So we are a busy house when it comes to animals. What you want to make sure you're doing is that you are keeping your needle as close as you can along the seam of the scarf, because that will give you the best results there. And remember to lock stitch it in back. Okay. There we go. We have a beautiful, beautiful hem. It's not perfect, but like I said, it's an inexpensive scarf. And so it doesn't need to be perfect, because as a beginner sewer, for many of you, you're just learning how to sew. And sometimes when I watch videos where everything is absolutely perfect, I get intimidated. And real sewing isn't like that. So there you go. Now I can just put my scarf back on. So you don't want to wear your scarf while you're doing this. You don't want to have your scarf on when you're fixing the edges. There you go. I'm all set with my favorite scarf. And my helper is back. Here she is, our little helper. Yeah. She's always by my side when I'm sewing. And the weird thing about her is that she doesn't shed. Like, I've never seen a cat that doesn't shed except for a hairless cat. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed my video, and I will be seeing you soon. Have a great day.